All right. Thank you so much for joining us today on Conscious Business Leadership Live. I am absolutely thrilled that we have today on our show a man who is truly one of the top leaders I've ever met. Um, and one of the people closest to one of our consultants on our team, David Rogers, who has known the gentleman that we have with us today for many, many years. I'm welcoming David Ibbetson, who is a retired defense and security executive that honestly we don't even want to share the name of the organization because of the nature of their work, but he is truly one of the most experienced executives that I've ever met in terms of dealing with a global huge organization. Now we also have the privilege of having a second guest that we've never done before on Conscious Business Leadership Live, and that is our favorite dog, Mia, who is resting right behind Dave, as you can all see. Very cute, and who knows, we may even be delighted with a few words from Mia. But in the meantime, let me share you a little bit more about who Dave is, because Dave Ibbetson is a retired aerospace and defense executive with over 35 years in industry, including a 25-year career spanning engineering development, program management, operations, and executive business leadership in a Fortune 100 um, aerospace and defense company. So, over the course of his career, Dave has led complex organizational changes in support of driving performance improvement across a multinational business, delivering products, integrated systems, and support to US, UK, Canadian, and allied governments and major prime contractors in the aerospace and defense sector. Throughout his career, Dave has developed broad perspectives on business leadership, which he has successfully applied in various contexts and which has shaped a generation of leaders who succeed him. David views teaching and development of others as fundamental to effective leadership and is passionate about sharing what he has learned as teachable points of view. And a shout out and credit to Noel Tichy, who from the cycle of leadership and how great leaders teach their companies to win. And I know of Noel's work; it's absolutely fabulous. And again, a forethought leader in our field. Dave holds a Master's of Science in Advanced Experimental Physics from the University of Northumbria and a Master of Business Administration from the University of Ottawa. Dave lives in Ottawa, Canada, where, by the way, I have family. Thank you very much. With his wife and family there, where he enjoys his children and grandchildren cycling, fishing, hiking, climbing, and the outdoors world in general. So, Dave, thank you so much for joining me today and joining our audience. I am so excited to talk with you because you're just one of the most practical, down to earth, heart centered leaders that I know. And it's so amazing because you've led an aerospace and defense organization, and yet you come so much from your heart, but in a way that's practical and has accountability embedded in everything you do, but the highest consciousness of accountability, not the traditional punishment oriented view. So I can't wait to get your thought leadership today for our audience. Welcome, Dave. Thank you for being here. And I guess it's good afternoon for you. It's probably what, about 3 o'clock?
Yeah, it's good afternoon. It's a little after 3. It's snow outside. It's cold. And thanks for the kind words, by the way, Mark. I couldn't have. You did me a lot of favors and a lot of. You put me on a very high pedestal there, so I'm hoping that we have raised expectations too for the rest of
Well, I
the.
just want people to know just where you come from in terms of your experience and credibility, because again, we're going to get into some what I call pretty sensitive topics today about leadership that I believe you've got some very important words for any CEO or executive leader, C-level leader to hear. Because in my viewpoint, the kind of topics we're going to get into today, I don't think organizations always do that well. It's certainly one of my pet peeves as a coach and as a consultant to organizations that I repeatedly see. So I'm just going to get right into it here and talk about a subject that's really near and dear to me. When I work with executives, my number one statement to them is your number one role is teaching critical thinking to your direct reports. So I know that's important to you. What is the importance of developing leaders to be critical business thinkers and owners of the business, regardless of the functional area they are leading? Like, why to you is that so important? Having been a CEO that's developed, and dealt with your direct reports.
So there's a lot to unpack in the question. Even I was sort of thinking about this yesterday. We could spend 2 hours just talking about that particular question.
Yes.
So if I sort of unpack it, it's like first of
Whoops, all of
all,
a sudden I can't hear you.
oddly,
I don't know if something happened.
how's that? I haven't done anything.
I still can't hear you. So I don't know, is this on my end or your end? I don't, um,
It's not my end.
let's just do a quick settings. I'm going to just check my audio for a minute. Maybe it's on my end. Let me just do a quick adjustment. Hold on. Can you say something again and let me see if I'm picking up on it?
Yeah, I haven't done anything
Nope,
different.
I'm not. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to do one quick adjustment.
You're on mute, Mark.